There's something refreshing about a Delta stewardess. She's not just pretty, she's pretty smart.
Because she had to win out over 24 other applicants to get her job. Delta Airlines now has 3,400 stewardesses for its fleet of 176 jets. They make 591 flights a day to 99 Delta cities in the U.S. and overseas. In a single average day, they take care of almost 65,000 passengers. Besides being part chef and part wine steward, a Delta stewardess has to be part mother, part sweetheart, part guide, and part hostess. And an all-out professional. Next trip, fly Delta, the airline run by professionals. Delta is ready when you are.
Captain John Bishop, Captain.
John Bishop has 26,000 hours and millions of miles in a Delta cockpit.
Line mechanic Roy Stevens.
Roy Stevens has 2 FAA licenses, knows jets inside and out.
Reservationist Lynn Payne.
Lynn Payne confirms your reservations in 3 seconds.
Ticket agent Irene Gaston.
Irene Gaston hasn't met the ticket, fare, or baggage problem she couldn't handle.
Passenger service agent Ted Ensley.
When you've got a connection to make, Ted Ensley makes sure you make it.
Stewardess Mary Lee Calvellis.
Mary Lee won out over 24 other applicants to get her job.
Baggage handler Bob Bowling.
Bob gets your bags to the claim counter in 7 minutes or less. This is the Delta Airlines All-Pro lineup. Some of the 22,000 pros who make sure you have a smooth flight. Hey! Next trip, fly Delta, the airline run by professionals. Delta is ready when you are.
When you gotta get going, you wanna go right. Delta will be ready.
Ready with 16 non-stops a day to New York, the most going. Delta has the most flights to Boston, too, including 5 non-stops. And Delta gives you a big choice of daily non-stops to Hartford and Philadelphia.
Run away to the barefoot life. Run away on Delta Airlines to the barefoot life in Florida or the Bahamas. Delta brings you over a dozen daily nonstops to 6 great Florida resorts, plus a one-stop through flight to Nassau. And Delta takes you to Florida at special low buy-and-fly fares. So go ahead, kick off your shoes and kick up your heels. Run away now to the barefoot life. Delta is ready when you are.
Gotta play the angles if you want to survive. Think a fellow like you flying in and out of New York all the time. You use LaGuardia, right? Because it saves you time and trouble and cab fare, right? So when you're flying between New York and Dallas-Fort Worth, you take Delta Airlines, right? I happen to know every Delta nonstop flies to and from LaGuardia. Now, you show me another airline that does that. Oh, what airline you on?
Delta Airlines, of course.
What did I tell you?
Delta's new 767, the world's most advanced jetliner, is ready when you are. We asked a photographer to try to capture the spirit of Delta. Watch what developed. Have you noticed? Every shot ends in a smile. And when people feel good about what they do, they give you more than just a smile. That's the spirit of Delta.
That's the spirit of Delta. Is ready when you are.
To be better than the competition, it takes more than muscle. It takes skill. And Delta's crew of dedicated professionals work together to bring you a smooth flight on every flight. That's how Delta stands out. We push ourselves to the limit every day. To be a champion, it takes team spirit, and Delta is ready.
Hawaii. Lush, tropical, enchanting paradise. Like no place else in the world. No wonder everyone wants to go there. Now Delta makes it easy with daily nonstops from Dallas-Fort Worth to Honolulu. And you'll love Delta's friendly personal service. Delta and Hawaii. Together at last. Won't you join us?
Great day, huh?
Some airlines seem to see how far they can push you.
Coffee?
Not Delta. We'd rather see how well we can fly you.
How about that movie, huh? Just give it a good spin.
And now with movies on selected Delta flights.
Pillow?
So why be pushed from here to there?
Comfy?
When you can relax and fly Delta. Delta gets you there in style.
At Delta, we could talk about our airplanes, some of the best maintained, most modern birds in the sky, or our schedules, over 1,500 flights a day worldwide, or our flight centers, the airports of the future. But none of that is as important as people. And when it comes to the Delta professionals, the people who make Delta as great as it is, well, one smile is worth 1,000 words. Delta gets you there.
Always make you feel like you're on top of the world. Delta gets you there.
She's from Western.
Of all the airline mergers, one really stands out because it's the people of Western joining the people of Delta. And when pros start working together, you know what you have? An all-star team. That's how the best get better.
This is going to be quite a team. You're right.
The best get better. Delta Airlines. Delta gets you there. We're Delta, Delta Airlines. We love the things we do. We do them all to please you.
People at Delta Airlines love to fly.
Hi! Where are we going today?
I'm going to Grandma's house.
We better give you a grandma's tap.
There's a difference when you're flying with someone who's really trying, someone who shows how much they care, someone who makes it look so easy.
Excuse me, can you problem?
Someone who's really glad you're
we're not going to go anywhere without it.
We love to fly and the feeling grows. We love to fly and it shows.
A smile, a tone of voice, the ability to do it, and a willingness to try. When you love to fly, it shows.
Delta, we love to fly and the feeling grows.
That's my new friend.
We love to fly and it shows.
At the age of 12, David Hedges had a dream. One that went beyond childhood pursuits to flights of fancy. His dream was to fly, to soar, to touch the sky. Today, David's dream is a reality. He's a Delta Airlines pilot, and his love for flying is a feeling he's never lost.
We love to fly and it shows.
Delta Airlines flight attendant Irene Lockwoody loves to fly.
Are you still here?
My son was supposed to meet me.
Well, I'll wait with you.
That kid is always late.
What she loves most are the people she meets.
He must have gotten caught in the rain.
He was even born late. Joey! Ma!
Irene is what Delta's all about.
Irene.
Yes?
Are you married?
Yep. 2 kids.
Late again, Joey.
We love to fly and it shows. Riding a plane from the Bay to LA. I met a cowboy taking a flight one day, and as we flew along, I heard him singing a most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Come-a-ta-hi-yi, come-a-ta-yippity-yi.
Get along. Get hip.
Feel like one of the herd when you fly to the Bay?
Better be on your way.
Come over to Delta with convenient hourly flights, gourmet snacks, and our famous person-to-person service.
Don't be singing the cow-cow boogie, fly the Delta way. Come-a-ta-yi-yi, come-a-ta-yippity-yi, come-a-ta-yi-yi, come-a-ta-yippity.
Soon, Delta Airlines inaugurates a new standard in cross-country travel. But it won't break until June 1st. Delta introduces a level of service with which you're already quite familiar, just not at 35,000 feet. Person-to-person service. Non-stop to New York, Newark, 3 times a day. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Only Delta gives you more flights from over here to over there. Only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities from over here to over there. In fact, only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities in Europe than all these airlines combined. Delta, we love to fly, and it shows the world over.
Every day in 34 countries and in over 300 cities around the world, Delta Airlines helps people get down to business. Every 21 seconds, Delta has a flight taking off to the world of facts and figures, buying and selling, budgets and bottom lines. When the job is done, we have just as many flights to bring you back to the world of mommies and daddies, husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, and best friends. Delta Airlines.
Every week, Delta fly over 220 planes from Europe to America. And that calls for a little synchronized flying. Delta Airlines. You love the way we fly.
In business, there never seems to be enough of it. And the last thing you can afford to do is run out of it. Time. So rest assured, Delta Airlines will help you make the most of it. With over 4,900 flights a day to over 300 cities around the world. And best of all, we'll make sure you arrive relaxed and refreshed with plenty of time to spare. Delta Airlines. As the official airline of the 1996 Olympic Games, Delta is setting the pace for business travelers with an event of its own, the Around the World Relay. It's a team event, coordinating thousands of flights a day to cities throughout the world. So you can go from one plane to another, one place to another, in record time. Delta Airlines.
Thank you. I've just had this most extraordinary phone call from Delta Airlines. It seems they have this intrepid team of meteorologists who spotted a weather problem ahead on my next flight. So they moved things around and then actually rang me up with a reroute. Now, instead of sitting and circling, I'll continue whining and dining and still stick to my schedule. Very civilized, wouldn't you say? Cheers.
It's not paint. It's not a color. It isn't steel or aluminum or titanium. Not a Boeing 767 nor Delta aircraft number 190. It isn't even an airplane. It's a sign, a promise, a statement. To you, from all of us. Introducing a look at the future of Delta Airlines. A future that revolves around you, starting right now and never ending. On Delta's enhanced transatlantic business class, we know how to treat you like an individual. That's why we fly more individuals worldwide than any other airline. Delta Airlines, on top of the world. There are millions of reasons to fly today. Only one that matters to you. At Delta Airlines, it is our pleasure to get you to the place you want to be. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.